Hello everyone, my name is Pris from Prisperuses and welcome to another video. Today I am giving you some awesome book recommendations. So I have 10 books I want to talk about and I think these books are perfect to read during autumn. You all know that autumn is my favorite season of the year. I thrive during autumn. I'm so excited autumn is approaching us again, and I have some books that I think would be perfect to read during this season, whether it's because they have dark vibes or they have witchy vibes or they have spooky vibes or just all around autumnal atmosphere. Let's dive on in to some books. The first book will come as no surprise because it's my favorite book of all time, and that is The Invisible Life of Adil by V.E. Schwab. I think this is perfect for autumn. It has that very autumnal atmosphere in my opinion. This does not necessarily set during autumn. It's set throughout the entire year and years, because this book takes place over multiple years. But I think it's perfect to read during autumn. This is about a girl called Adil. She makes a deal with the devil and he tricks her and everyone forgets about her. This makes her life very difficult, and her life changes in a way when she meets Henry, who remembers her. This is my favorite book of all time. You all know this. This book means so much to me. I read it during autumn when it came out. It came out in October, so I read it when it came out, when it was during autumn, and it was honestly the best experience. So I think this is perfect for autumn. Then I have another book of V.E. Schwab, and that is Vicious, and also of course the sequel Vengeful. I absolutely love this duology. It is dark academia, it is twisted, it has morally grey characters, it is just messing around with life, and honestly I just love Victor and Eli so much. This book is about Victor and Eli. They have a very weird friendship going on between the two of them, and they want to make themselves into extraordinaries by having near-death experiences. And this is perfect for autumn because it has those dark twisted vibes. It has that academia vibe that I really associate with autumn because, you know, term always starts in September, and I just really associate autumn with like going back to school and going back to your studies. So yeah, I really recommend this duology. I'm not sure if there's gonna be a third one. I've heard some rumors floating around about it. I would be all over that. But Vicious is just absolutely fantastic. I loved Vengeful even more because it has some new characters in there that I absolutely adore. This duology also has Sydney. Sydney is one of the best characters I ever read about. She's honestly incredible and I love her dearly. Highly recommend that you pick this up during autumn. Next up, I have a book that is actually set during summer, but I get so many autumnal vibes from this, and that is The Wicked Deep. This is about a very small town called Sparrow, and they are kind of cursed because 3 sisters who were supposedly be witches were sentenced to death like years and years ago. They were drowned, and now every summer these sisters return and they wreak havoc and drag boys to their watery death. I got like really autumnal vibes from this, and the reason for that is the main character lives on this like island, and honestly I got like so autumnal vibes from this. The weather was like really strange and eerie, and maybe it was like the isolation of the island that gave me these vibes. But I honestly, if you would have said that this was set during autumn, I would have believed you 100%. But it's actually set during summer. But I recommend this during autumn. It's one of those books that I immediately think of when I think of autumn. I absolutely loved this. I thought this was an absolutely fantastic read, with the atmosphere being the most important thing about this book. I thought it was kind of predictable, but I didn't mind that too much. I saw where it was going very quickly, but the atmosphere was just absolutely sensational. And yeah, a fantastic autumnal read. Next up, I have a middle grade for you, and that is Pumpkin and Stuff. I love this series by Sophie Green. It's all about Lil Pumpkin. She wants to be the world's best investigator, and she lives in this very strange town where strange things happen. So she has the perfect workplace to work from, because she wants to discover all the creepy things that are happening in our town. Alongside with her best friend Ned, she goes into these adventures, and this is very like detective-esque, very Agatha Christie noir, just very, very creepy. The second one absolutely scared the shit out of me because it has puppets in it, and I don't like puppets, and honestly I was very, very scared of that one. So this would also be like perfect for Halloween and stuff. I just love Lil and Ned together. They're like so cute together, and I love the way how they get themselves in all kinds of trouble. And Lil is so stubborn, she doesn't take no for an answer, and she gets herself in so much trouble for it. But this is just absolutely great. As you can see, the color scheme is just very dark and eerie, and it's just perfect to read like with a blanket and during a rainy afternoon. So this is a book that I read very recently, but it is a series that I associate with autumn nonetheless because of the movies, and that is Twilight. I recently read the first book, and I had honestly a really good time. I think this has to do with the setting, because Forks is this really creepy dark town that doesn't get a lot of sun, and I want to move to. I am so in love with this town. It has beautiful nature, like the woods are incredible, and it rains all the fucking time, and I want to live there. It's just so eerie, and it's perfect for me because I am a vampire too. So yeah, Twilight for me, honestly, I just think of autumn straight away with the movies, like the color scheme of the movies, and the books are no different. It brings a sort of nostalgia, it brings just comfort. I know these books are not the best books, they're problematic in the way, I know that, but I just enjoy them, and I enjoy watching the movies, and I am very excited to finally pick up the series because I've never ever read the books before, and I cannot wait to dive into the rest of the series. Next up, we have Every Heart a Doorway by Shauna McGuire, kinda the whole Wayward Children series in its whole. I think these are perfect for autumn. They're so super tiny, you will fly through them, and it's an incredible series. It's all about doors, it's about finding your true world where you truly belong, and it can be heartbreaking in times. Like In an Absent Dream had me sobbing for days, but these books are incredible. They are so magical, like Shauna McGuire write like no other. It's just so incredibly beautiful, and it's just perfect to read during a cozy rainy evening. And the books are just honestly the best thing. This is all about Eleanor West School for Wayward Children. These have children that have gone to their doors into their dream world. They get to spend some time there, but for some reason, however, they get kicked out and go back to the real world, and they have to cope with the fact that they're no longer in their dream world. It's just honestly the best thing, and the quote "be sure" means so much to me. I kind of want to have a door tattooed right now I'm thinking about it, because I am all about doors. I'm all about like finding your dream world, and it's just the best thing. Escapism at its absolute best. Perfect during autumn. Then I have another book by Shauna McGuire, and that is Middle Game. I think Middle Game is also perfect for autumn. This is all about Roger and Dodger. They are created and they are meant to reach the impossible city, and I'm gonna leave it at that because I don't want to spoil too many things for you. I love Roger and Dodger. Dodger has my heart completely. I think she is a fantastic, fantastic character. I loved the dynamics between the two of them. It's very dark, very eerie, and just perfect for autumn. I think this could also work really well during Halloween. It is not necessarily creepy, but it has that very dark undertone to it. So yeah, highly recommend that you pick this up during autumn. Next up we have Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. I think this is my favorite Leigh Bardugo book. It's set during Yale, which again, dark academia, and it is a murder mystery, so I think that's very autumnal as well. As I said, it's set during Yale, it's set during term, so I associate that with like September again. It's all about these secret societies that Yale supposedly has, which I think is honestly awesome. I love a good secret society. That's one of my favorite tropes. It has a school setting, it has murder, it is mysterious, it has some twisted witchcraft, dark vibes going on, so I think it is just absolutely perfect for autumn. Next up we have one of my favorite books of all time, and a book I spoke very much about on this channel, and that is Once and Future Witches by Alex E. Harrow. This is about 3 sisters, and they are witches. They want to bring witchcraft back into the world, but in a way that will make it that women get their voices heard. Honestly, this book is sensational. I've talked about this many times. I think this book is very underrated. It has crazy atmosphere, very autumnal atmosphere, dark, twisted, heartbreaking at parts. It has the witchcraft, it has the witches, and it's just so good, and I felt so powerful, so proud to be a woman. When I read this, honestly, when you read this book, you will feel like a motherfucking fire-breathing bitch dragon. You will feel like you can conquer the world, and it made me feel like so incredibly powerful, and I loved that. And for me, because I also read this during autumn, and I'm also very much an autumnal person, so I thrive during autumn anyways, and then reading this made me feel like so on top of the world. And yeah, it's just perfect, and the cover is beautiful, and Alex E. Harrow's writing is sensational. So pick this up. Then the very last book that I want to recommend for autumnal reads is A Lesson in Vengeance by Victoria Lee. I also think this book is highly underrated. This also has again a school setting. I know I associate school setting and universities just very much with autumnal vibes and being in September. And this is a school that has a very dark past, because it has the Dalloway 5, which was years and years back. They all got like murdered, and the main character Felicity and her friend Alice want to figure out what has happened to the Dalloway 5, and they get themselves into a whole dark mess with witchcraft, but also the friendship between Felicity and Alice is very strange and mysterious, and I love when that happens. I just really like it when you don't necessarily know if a friendship is good or toxic, so you kind of have to work that out for yourself. Like, is this a good friendship, is it a toxic friendship? But it has the school setting, it has the witchy vibe, it has the dark undertone, so perfect again for autumn. That was it. Those were the books that I recommend for you during autumn. Have you read any of these books? Please do let me know down below in the comments what were your thoughts on them, and also I would love to know what your favorite autumnal read is, because I am always looking for more autumnal books. That was it for today. If you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I am gonna leave you for now, but I will hopefully be back soon with another video. Bye bye!